Hi guys, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. So, guys, today we are going to study chapter 4 of The Polity by Lakshmikant. Okay, we are already done with chapter 2nd and 3rd, and today we are moving on to chapter 4th. Okay, so for your better understanding and clear visibility, I'm trying out this way to make slides and explain you things. So I hope you like it. If you like it, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, guys, and let's get started. Fine. So, chapter 4 Preamble of the Constitution. Guys, here I tried to make notes as short as possible and have included points only uh, which are important. Okay, so basically, making notes does not mean copying the entire book again. It means making it short. So I have not made it very short, but good enough so that it will be easier to revise. Okay, so let us start. Now, chapter 4 Preamble of the Constitution. In this chapter, we are going to study about the preamble. So, American Constitution was first to begin with the preamble. Okay, so the Constitution of which country was first to begin with preamble? American Constitution was to first to begin with preamble. But what does preamble basically means? So, preamble means the introduction to the Constitution. The meaning of word preamble is introduction to the Constitution. For example, in any book or novel, summary or acknowledgement is written in the starting of the book. So, similarly, preamble is written in the starting of the Constitution. A text is written in the starting of Constitution, and we have named it preamble. Okay, it contains summary or essence of the Constitution. Okay, it contains summary or the essence of the Constitution. Okay, what uh, just let me take on the pointer. Okay, so it contains summary or essence of the Constitution. What does preamble contain? Summary, that is short, that is all the things in short form, or essence of the Constitution. Okay, it is called, preamble was also called identity card of the Constitution, as identity card is your identity whenever you go, whether you go to school, college, or office. Carrying identity card is always important because that shows who you are as a person. Okay, what is your identity? It has your name, it has your address and all. Okay, so likewise, preamble is the identity card of the Constitution. It is based on objective resolution, which was passed by Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, now preamble is based on objective resolution which was passed by JL Nehru. Here it is Jawaharlal Nehru. Amended by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, which added three words. Okay, so the preamble was amended by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, which added three words. Okay, what were the three words? Socialist, secular, and integrity. Okay, so 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act added three words to the Constitution, that were socialist, secular, and integrity. Okay, the preamble was adopted on 26th November 1949. Okay, so you have to remember this date. The preamble was adopted on 26th November 1949. Okay, so now what are the ingredients of the preamble? Okay, so as while cooking any recipe, We should know, we should have the ingredients to cook that recipe. Ingredients play very important role. Similarly, while the preamble was made, we will see what were the things that played a important role. Okay, so the source of authority. Okay, so the first thing is, what is the source of preamble? Okay, it is very important for anything to have a source. So, what is the origination? What is the source of authority of preamble? So, the source of authority of preamble is people of India, because India is a democracy. Okay. Now, nature of India: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic polity. What is the second important thing? Nature of India. What are the factor important in Indian polity? Okay, and how, what are the values present in Indian polity, and what is the nature of Indian polity? So the keywords here, given here are sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republican polity. We'll see what is the importance of this word in the upcoming slides. Okay, and what is the objective of constitution? Okay, preamble also defines what is the objective of constitution, why the constitution has been made. Okay, what was the motive behind making the constitution? So the objective of the constitution are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay, date of adoption we have already seen over here. It was adopted on 26th November 1949. Okay, so these are the points. Now moving on to the next slide. What are the points on this page? It was first, it first began in American Constitution. Then the meaning of preamble is introduction to the Constitution. It is identity card of the Constitution. It is based on objective resolution, and the 42nd, it was amended by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, which added three words. Okay, what were those three words? Socialist, secular, and integrity. Okay, now next. Keywords in the preamble. As I told you earlier, the keywords we are going to learn. So, what are the keywords? Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay, we are going to see this. Now, what do you mean by sovereign? Okay, sovereign means India is an independent state. What does sovereign means? That India is a independent state. There is no authority above it. Okay, and there is no authority above India. Okay, it is free to conduct its own affairs. So for example, when we study about monarchy, there is always a monarch who has authority over the entire state. Okay, likewise here they are saying that India is an independent state and there is no authority above India. Okay, and it is free to conduct its own affairs. Okay, India is free to conduct its own affairs. Fine. India's membership with Commonwealth nations in 1949 and UNO is United Nations Organization does not affect its sovereignty. Okay, so India's relationship with Commonwealth nations in 1949 and United Nations Organization does not affect its sovereignty. It is still independent. Okay, being sovereign state, India can either acquire or cede a part of its territory in the favor of foreign state. Okay, India is a sovereign state. No one has authority over it, and while being sovereign, it can either acquire, that means take, or cede, that means give away a part of its territory in the favor of foreign state. Okay, now socialist. Before the word socialist was added, in 42nd Amendment in 1976, socialistic content was present in the constitution in the form of DPSP. So here they are trying to say that even when the word socialistic was not added, the initially the word socialistic was not there in the constitution. As we have seen, the word here, as we have seen, three words were added in 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, that is socialist, secular, and integrity. So it was added in 1976. That means before 1976 there was socialist word was not present. So before it, so it does not mean that India was not socialist before. So what they are saying over here is socialist content was present in constitution in the form of DPSP. DPSP is directive principle of state policies. So socialistic ideas were present in the constitution in DPSP. Okay. So Indian socialism is democratic socialism. What kind of socialism India has? It has democratic socialism. And what do you mean by democratic socialism? The socialism which holds faith in mixed economy. Okay, something, uh, a socialism that helps holds faith in mixed economy is called as democratic socialism. Okay, now what do you mean by mixed economy is public and private sector are coexisting each other. Okay. Now, democratic socialism aims to end poverty, ignorance, disease, inequality of opportunity. Okay. Now, what is happening over here is democratic socialism. Now, they are explaining what actually the concept of democratic socialism means. Okay, so democratic socialism aims to end poverty, ignorance, disease, inequality of opportunity. Okay, so Indian socialism is a blend of Marxism and Gandhism leading towards Gandhian socialism. Okay, so they are saying Indian socialism is a mixture of Marxism, that is a Western philosophy, and Gandhism, that is the Indian philosophy, but it is leaning more towards Gandhian socialism. Okay, now next point. We are done with sovereign and socialist. Next is secular. Okay, now when you see in books, lot of text has been given under secular, that it is said that the word secular was also added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, but it does not mean that India was not secular before. India has always been a secular country, just that it was made a political statement by adding this word in 42nd Amendment Act 1976. Okay, so the second important point in this is Article 25 to 28 give the freedom of religion. According to me, these were the only important point, and rest whatever is given is the explanation. Okay, so these are the important point. You can just read the major text once or twice, and then you can focus on these important points. Okay, now the next point is democratic. Now, what do you mean by democracy? Okay, democracy is by, so there are two types of democracy. Okay, direct democracy and indirect democracy. Okay, so in direct democracy, people exercise their power directly. Okay, what is happening in direct democracy? People are exercising their power directly. For example, Switzerland. Okay, so people exercising power directly means people are the one who are decision maker. For example, as in India, we as people are not decision makers. We are electing some representatives and they are taking decision for us, so that is called indirect democracy. But what happens in direct democracy, directly whatever the decisions are to be made on the behalf of state are made by people only. So there are four types of democracy: referendum, initiative, recall, and plebiscite. Okay, now indirect democracy. Representatives elected by people exercise supreme power representative exercise supreme power. Okay, in indirect democracy, what is happening? Represent, as I already told you, representative elected by people are exercising supreme power. Okay, that is why indirect democracy is also called representative democracy. Okay, so there are two type of indirect democracy or representative democracy. First type is parliamentary democracy, as in case of India, that is executive is responsible for legislature. Okay, so executive means pm is responsible for legislature, means pm is also involved in law making process. Okay, and second is presidential economy. So what is happening? Example of presidential economy is USA. Okay, now democratic term in preamble implies. So democratic term in preamble, what is it implying or what is it telling? That the democracy means political, economic, and social democracy. Democracy does not only mean has one factor behind it. There are three types of democracy. Three types of democracy we need to have, that is political, economic, and social. Okay, now republic. So what is happening in case of republic? Now democracy is of two type. Okay, first is republic democracy and second is monarchy. Okay, so in case of monarchy, the head of state, for example, head of state in Indian republic is president. So what happens in monarchy? Head of state is king or queen. Okay, and king or queen enjoys the hereditary position. Okay, for example, if the king or queen gives birth to uh, a baby, prince or princess, so the crown will be transferred to them. So that is the position is getting transferred hereditarily, and second through succession means passing on. Okay, for example, Britain. Now republic. Okay, so what is happening in republic? The head of state is always, sorry, what happens in republic? The head of state is always elected directly or indirectly. Okay, for example, the example of republic is USA. So head of state is always elected. Okay, the election may be direct or indirected, but it is fixed that head will be elected. So in monarchy, head is hereditary position, and in republic, head is always elected. Republic term also means vesting political sovereignty in the people and not a single individual like king. So the major meaning of the term republic is also that the major political power is not in the hand of single individual, as it is happening in monarchy. The power is always in the hand of king or queen, but in republic it is not happening. It is changing because the head of state is elected, and it is elected for a certain period of time. That's why the power goes on shifting from one hand to another, which is not happening in monarchy. Okay, now second is absence of privileged class. So republic also means that privileged class should be absent, for example king or queen, and public offices should be open to all the citizens. Okay, when only when the privileged class will be absent, the public offices will be accessed by people easily. Okay, now moving on, the sixth point is justice. Okay, so three types of justice: social, economical, and political. Okay, we need to have three types of justice, that is social justice, economical justice, and political justice. And this idea of social, economic, and political justice is taken from Russian revolution. Okay, now what do you mean by social justice? Social justice implies equal treatment to all the citizens without any discrimination. Okay, there should not be any discrimination. There should be absence of privileges and improvement in the condition of SC, ST, OBC, and women, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward class, and women. If we are achieving these three factors, that means we have achieved social justice. Second is economic justice. Should also economically, what do we need to economically also the condition should be equal to also no discrimination on the basis of economic factor. Okay, economic factor means financial factor, financial sector. Okay, now third is political justice. Equal political rights should and access to political offices and voice in the government. Now what do you mean by equal political rights? Where when you'll have access to political offices and voice in the government, that means you have acquired political justice and equal political rights. Okay, so justice has social, economic, and political. Now liberty, what do you mean by liberty? Liberty means freedom. Okay, means absence of restraints on the activities of individual. Okay, absence of restraints means absence of restriction on the activity of individual, that implies freedom. Okay, preamble secures liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Okay, now preamble holds the liberty of thought, expression, and belief. Okay, it is very essential for the functioning of democratic system. Okay, liberty is very essential, rather liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship is very important for the democratic system. These are the key factors of democratic system. So this ideal of liberty, equality, these ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity is taken from French Revolution. Okay, like the idea of justice is taken from Russian Revolution. The idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity is taken from French Revolution. Now, equality. Absence of privileges to any section of society, provision of adequate opportunity without discrimination. We all know what equality is, absence of privileges and equal opportunity. Okay, but equality should also be civic equality, political equality, and economic equality. Okay, economically, or everyone should be treated equal, politically, everyone should be treated equal, and in a civic way, everyone should be treated equal. Okay, so to justify the civic equality, fundamental rights have been given in article 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, we have a separate chapter on fundamental rights, so I have not copied all the articles here. We will see there in detail. Okay, now, so, equality. Okay. Now, to achieve political equality, there are two provisions in the constitution. Okay. Now, how political equality can be achieved? So, there are two provisions in the constitution to achieve political equality. No person can be declared ineligible for the inclusion of electoral rolls on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex. It is said by Article 325. So, to ensure that politically we all are equal, what has been done? There are two provisions given. First provision is that no person, I'll explain you this. For example, I want to contest in election. I want to, मतलब मुझे election में खड़ा होना है. So no one can discriminate कि भाई she is a lady, so she cannot um, contest election. Okay, so the same thing has been saying that no one can discriminate for the inclusion in electoral rolls on the grounds of religion, race, caste, or sex. That it is said in Article 325. So electoral rolls may to contest election be there. There can be no discrimination, and if I'm an adult and if I'm wanting to vote, so for my name to get enrolled in the electoral rolls, uske liye bhi there cannot be any discrimination. Election of Lok Sabha and state assemblies to be on the basis of adult suffrage. Okay, election of Lok Sabha or State assembly will be on the basis of adult suffrage. This is given in Article 326. And third is DPSP, equal right to men and women. This is Article 51A. Okay, so equal right to men and women to adequate means of livelihood and equal pay for equal work. Okay, so these are the three things that we can do to achieve political equality. Now, fraternity, added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, so this word is added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, and the meaning of fraternity is brotherhood. Okay, so constitution, CN here is constitution. Okay, I've already told you. Constitution promotes the feeling by the single citizenship. For example, in US, they have two citizenship. People need to have two citizenship. One is of the state they are living in, and one is national citizenship. So what, knowingly or unknowingly, what happens is it creates a psychological divide between people, that this person belongs to that state, this person belongs to that state. But what happened in India, our constitution, due to with the single citizenship, has tried to develop a sense of brotherhood in all of us. For example, we all are Indians. We don't need a different password to passport, sorry, to move to different state or to migrate to different state for work and all. Okay, so this has all led to inbuilt brotherhood in all of us. Also, fundamental duty, FD is fundamental duty. Article 51A says that it shall be the duty of every citizen to promote harmony, lively and brotherhood. Okay, so this article is saying that it shall be a duty of every citizen to promote harmony, livelihood, and brotherhood. Okay, guys, just give me 1 minute. I'll just check what article is that. Hmm. Guys, I missed here. This was not 51. This was Article 39. Okay, please note down over here. DPSP Article 39 says that equal right to men and women should be given an adequate means of livelihood and equal pay for equal work. Now, significance of preamble. What is the significance of preamble? What is the importance of preamble? Okay, it contains noble vision of constituent assembly and reflects the dream and aspiration of the constituent assembly. Okay, so what do we hold preamble for? It contains the vision that constituent assembly had and reflects the dreams and aspiration that constituent assembly had for India as a country. Okay, now preamble. Now here I have noted down all the points that are highlighted over the in the book. Preamble is called horoscope of the Constitution, soul of the Constitution, precious part of the Constitution, and yardstick that can measure the worth of the Constitution. Okay, yardstick as in scale that can measure the worth of the Constitution. Okay, so these are all the important things that has been said about the preamble. Okay, now moving on, preamble as a part of Constitution. Okay, now a long argument is given in the book over uh, when preamble was considered as a part of Constitution, when it was not. So I have tried to make it simple. So what happened in Berubari Union case in 1960? Supreme Court said that preamble shows general purpose behind the several provision in the Constitution. The Supreme Court opined that preamble is not part of Constitution. Okay, so what happened in Berubari case? Though Supreme Court said that it has several provision, it shows the general purpose behind constitution, but it made the opinion that preamble is not a part of constitution. So later on, what is happening in Keshwananda Bharti case? Supreme Court rejected this Berubari, the opinion it gave in Berubari Union case, and said that now preamble is a part of constitution. Okay, in this case it said preamble is not, but it changed its opinion in Keshwananda Bharti case and it said preamble is part of constitution. In LIC of India case 1995, Supreme Court again held that preamble is an integral part of constitution. Initially it is saying that preamble is not part of constitution, then it is saying preamble is a part of constitution, and then finally Supreme Court is saying preamble is an integral, that is important part of constitution. Okay. Preamble was enacted by Constituent Assembly after rest of constitution was already enacted. The reason for inserting it at the end was to ensure that it was in conformity with the constitution adopted by Constituent CA's Constituent Assembly. Okay. So preamble being the first part, it was not enacted or adopted in the starting of the constitution. It was inserted at the very end, because obviously, as we all know, that many changes were made in the constitution. Okay, initially the first version were made, then the changes were adopted, then second version were made. So obviously, when we are making a document which is showing a summary of constitution, as we have seen in the starting of chapter, preamble is also known as the summary of constitution. So obviously, initially we need to fix on the constitution and then we need to make a summary of it. That is why the preamble was enacted at the very end. Okay, now things to be noted: preamble is neither a source of power to legislature nor prohibition upon the power of legislature. Okay, so what is the important point? Preamble is not source of a legislature. Okay, so preamble is not source of power to the legislature. Okay, so legislature is not, that is law making body, is not taking its power from preamble. Okay, it is taking its power from the main constitution, and nor prohibition upon the power of legislature. Okay, it is not acting as a source, nor it is dominating on the power of or prohibiting the power of legislature. Okay, it is, preamble is non-justiciable, that is provisions are non-enforceable in the court of law. Okay, for example, if you are not following something is that is written in preamble, no one can take preamble as a document and take you in court that this guy or this person is not following the preamble, so I am taking this person to a court. This thing is possible in the constitution, but this thing is not applicable in the preamble. If you are not following preamble, you can be taken to the court and you can be sorry, you can be punished for it, but this is not possible in the case of preamble. Okay, and our last page is amendability of preamble. Okay, amendability of preamble is whether preamble can be amended or not. Okay, the question whether preamble can be amended or not under article 368 arose first time in Keshwananda Bharti case in 1973. So this question came up first time in Keshwananda Bharti case in 1973. It was urged that preamble cannot be amended as it is not a part of constitution. Okay, so everyone was saying that preamble should not be amended and cannot be amended because initially it was not the part of constitution. Okay, now what is happening next is amending power in article 368 cannot be used to destroy or damage the basic element or fundamental features of constitution. Now what article 368 is says that the basic or fundamental features of constitution cannot be amended. Okay, later in Berubari Union 1960 was held wrong, and Supreme Court held preamble is a part of constitution and can be amended. but there was a condition, no amendment is done to the basic structure. Okay, so then later on, after all this happened in Berabari case, it was accepted that preamble is a part of constitution. So when it is so obviously when it is part of constitution, it can be amended, but the condition was basic structure should not be amended. Okay, it has been amended only once since then, in 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Only one time the preamble has been amended, and in that amendment, three words were added: socialist, secular, and integrity. We have already seen meaning of all these three words. Okay, so guys, this is it for the video. I hope you liked the video. If so, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And please do let me know how did you like this video, or did you enjoy my live notes writing the more. Please let me know. Okay, thank you. Bye bye, take care.